Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our week ahead readings, and as always these are divine timing readings. Whenever you feel drawn to watch the video, that's when you should watch it. There are other weekly readings on the channel that you can check out to see if you have any messages there as well. But they are general readings, so they're not going to make sense with everyone. That's why it's important to keep an open mind, take what resonates, and be sure to watch all your signs. This will be for the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'll do the timestamps. And if you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, now's a great time. I'm all caught up. I'm also running specials, and all that information is in the description box below. I'm using the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot deck and the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. Okay. I think that's it. That's all the announcements. Okay, and of course, yeah, please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I always forget to say that, so that's why I just decided to put it on the screen. Alright, so let's begin with Taurus. Hi Taurus, thanks for joining us. If you're skipping ahead, always watch the intro as well. Let's see what's going on for Taurus in the week ahead. There we go. So we have the Star as the situation, the Four of Wands as the challenge, and in the outcome we have the Hermit. Bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Swords. So Taurus, I feel like for some of you, you want out of a commitment, okay? You've outgrown it. It's not what you want anymore. And for others of you, I get this sense of what you want is unconventional, or what you want is different than what other people expect of you. And so that's putting pressure on you. Okay, do you do what you really want to do and take the backlash, or do you conform to family, society, etc.? Bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Swords. So there's some sort of tension here. There's some sort of conflict. There could be arguments happening. I also see this as an offer coming in thick and fast, maybe involving an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The situation with the Star card here, there's a wish on the table here. You could fulfill a wish at this time. Okay, and that's what this is. Your challenge, for some of you, your challenge is, again, what family's going to say, what society's going to say. The challenge that you're in another commitment already, whether that's professional, romantic, or otherwise. In the outcome, we have the Hermit, the Virgo energy here. And I'm seeing this as, for some of you, you're walking away from an existing commitment because you've outgrown it. It's not what you want anymore, and what you truly want is presented to you, okay? For others of you, this is simply where you're taking a step back to contemplate what you want to do in this situation. But yeah, the general idea is I feel like you're a different person than you were when you first started this, whatever this partnership is, and it feels like you're a different person and you just want different things at this time, okay? You're changing your mind about something, but it's not just like you're changing your mind. It's more of a, you know what, I'm a different person now and I want different things. So what I wanted before no longer applies. What this was to me before that I thought I wanted and I did at that time, I no longer need that in my life. I don't want that anymore in my life. It doesn't bring me joy anymore, okay? Because I've learned a lot about myself, I've developed myself, and I've outgrown this partnership, okay? It could be as simple as you've done some extra training, extra qualifications on your own, and you've outgrown your current role, right? You've outgrown your current role, and you're going for a promotion. You're asking them to promote you, to incorporate these or to reflect these new qualifications, and it might be a case that they can't do that. So that leaves you in a position of, okay, I really need to think about things because I want what I want and I deserve what I deserve, okay? And this role that once was fulfilling no longer is, okay? Does that make sense? This could also be a case where you've been working on yourself physically, okay? Making healthier choices. Maybe you've quit some bad habits, drinking, smoking, whatever the case may be. And the challenge is you're now you no longer fit in with a group of people. You no longer fit in with a certain pattern, a certain tradition, does that make sense? And this just says, you know what, I don't want to argue about it, I don't want to fight about it, I'm turning around and I'm gonna go look for a new group of people that are like-minded people that are where I am at this point in my life. Okay, I do feel like some peer pressure going on here with the Knight of Swords and the Four of Wands, and you saying no and walking away. Okay, so let's get more information. I have the Knight of Wands here with the Knight of Swords. So for some of you, definitely very fast paced energy. For some of you, this is about moving. Okay, for others of you, because you've outgrown a space or you've actually found your dream home. Okay, for others of you, this is being tempted by someone, but you're already in a relationship. And what I would say with that, just make sure you do the right thing, or you do things properly, ethically, because we create karma. And because what is tempting you might be fleeting. Okay, I will say that. And for others of you, this is about job change, absolutely. Or even career change altogether, because you have had some realizations about yourself, you've developed yourself, you've bettered yourself in some way or another. And you have outgrown a group of people, a job, a company, a type of industry no longer resonates with you. Okay, and this is about you now starting to search and apply to find what matches your current energy. Does that make sense? Okay. With the Star card, we have the Four of Pentacles. With the Four of Wands, we have the Six of Pentacles. And with the Hermit, we have the Nine of Wands. I feel like you're holding yourself back from pursuing what you really want, okay? Because of money for some of you. So you're in a commitment for the money. I don't mean that in a judgmental way. It just means the commitment you're in gives you stability, financial stability, gives you security, everything's set in place, okay, everyone knows what they're doing, it's predictable, it's comfortable, okay, that's what I mean. You're in it for the stability that it has been providing. It's not what makes you happy, it's not what fulfills you, but it gives you that sense of comfort and stability, okay? And you are tempted to walk your own path. You understand that you want different things. You understand that something no longer makes you happy or no longer fulfills you. But with the Nine of Wands there, you're hesitant to release it. We have two nines with the Hermit and the Nine of Wands. You're hesitant to release it. You're hesitant to let something come to a close because, you know, it's fear of the unknown. It's fear of the unknown, and you'd have to make a lot of changes. Two Knights here, you'd have to make a lot of changes to pursue this new opportunity. It'll be down to you what you want to do here. Again, I do want to say, if it's a situation of you're already in a relationship or you're already married to someone and someone's tempting you, that is fleeting. So make your decisions accordingly. And also just be mindful of the karma you're creating. If it's a situation where you just want to be done with it, again, just be careful and do things properly. Okay, be fair to people, be honest, take accountability, and make a clean break, as it were, right? Because it's important you do things the right way. You're creating karma, okay? Now, if it's a case of, I get this sense of family being involved, or someone you live with, or someone who has more money than you, or that has been the norm so far. And you've kind of had to just go along with what they say because they have more money than you, or they're helping you out, or they're do you know what I mean? They're supporting you in one way or another. And there's an amazing opportunity on the table for you to do something that you really want to do. And I feel like this person's trying to control you, guilt you, or you're just doing this to yourself, right? Where you're feeling guilty even thinking about walking your own path. Because it would mean moving away from this person or family, moving away from whoever this is that has been a source of support in your life. You may be anticipating conflict. You may be anticipating them making you feel bad about it. I'm not actually seeing you having the conversation. I'm just seeing you withdrawing and just telling yourself that it's just never going to happen, and trying to avoid the conversation altogether. In which case, Taurus, I would say at least have the conversation. Make it clear and make it known what it is that you want. If this is someone who is manipulative and controlling, yes, they will throw a fit. Yes, they will try to control you and guilt you into staying. However, that should give you some answers, right? That should give you some clarity on what you really need to do with that person, and what their true motives are. And if not, then it gives that person or people an opportunity to express support to you, right? To be like, yeah, absolutely, you pursue your dream, okay? Because this is a once in a lifetime thing. Pursue your dream, go for it. We'll support you. We'll be okay, you know, type of energy here. So a bit of a mixed bag. But I would also say with 2 Knights and the Hermit there, pause if you can. Pause, think before you act, because there's a tendency to just go with it, and before you know it, you find yourself in a tough spot, okay, where you've done something that you might regret. What is it? Nonsense. It's time to talk sense. Yeah. So, it's time to talk sense into someone. It's time to talk in the first place. It's time to address nonsense in your life, things that no longer make sense, right? As in, advice for Taurus for the week ahead. Look, a moment's regret, and I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure, precipice of change, pause before action. That's literally what we said. Okay, so there's something presented to you. It's a mixed bag. You'll have to trust your intuition. Something is presented to you that is a dream come true. It's what you've always wanted to do. Or you've been saving money and you now you can afford to look for your dream home, or you can afford to take a step away from your career to focus on maybe starting your own business, okay, whatever that is. There's you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself in terms of what other people are going to say, maybe people who have been helping you out in the interim, what they're going to say if you're just now looking to turn your back and leave, okay? That's just telling you, you know what, address the situation, address the issue, have the conversation. And the conversation will reveal their true motives to you, and that will give you the freedom to make the right decisions for yourself without regret. All right. For those of you, something is presented to you that's very tempting, but it's fleeting, okay? It's not what it appears to be. And you're tempted to leave a stable situation for a moment's regret, okay? For making a mistake, or doing something that you'll end up regretting, okay? And there's this energy of being swept away, getting overwhelmed, and then kind of when you find yourself at the other side of it, you're like, oh my God, what'd I do? The way to bypass that is to ask questions, to pause before you act, and to ask questions, because you'll catch someone in a lie, or you'll figure out that what they're presenting is just a front and there's nothing behind it. This could be a get-rich-quick scheme that someone's trying to sell you on. Someone's trying to sell you something. Someone's trying to get you to partner up with them for you to give them money, okay, or sponsor them, or invest in them is what they're going to say, right? Or invest in their idea, or whatever this is. Pause before you act and ask questions. You will figure out what is true and what is nonsense, okay? But for some of you, this is a very big heads up. There's something very tempting coming in. It's not what it appears to be. Pause before you act and ask questions in order to avoid doing something that you'll end up regretting, okay? And then for the flip side, the other side of that coin, this is telling you, don't let the past, the same old, the comfort of same old hold you back from pursuing your dream, okay? Talk about it, address it, because I do feel like for a lot of you it's time to head out on your own, whatever that means, whether it's to move out on your own, to move away from family, to start your own business, to be single and pursue your own happiness, you know, whatever it is, just address it, talk about it. And the reaction, the response of the other person or the other party will tell you something that will give you the freedom to make the choices you need to make with kind of peace of mind, okay? So I'll leave that with you. Bit of a mixed bag, but I hope it makes sense. You let me know, okay? Let me know if it makes sense to you. And if it does, then I hope it helps you. All right. Let's move on to Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Thank you for joining us. And if you're skipping ahead, always watch the intro as well. So let's see what's going on for Virgo in the week ahead. What is going on for Virgo? What's going on for Virgo? Virgo in the week ahead. What do we have? Judgment. 8 of Cups is the challenge. 2 Pentacles in the outcome. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. So with the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, this is Virgo energy, it's your energy. This is telling you whatever choices, whatever decisions you have to make, just make it about you, okay? Don't think about how other people are going to be impacted. Just it's about you, okay? So I do hear that message. For those of you, this is telling you to look deeper, to ask questions, to make sure you understand whatever it is that's discussed or presented to you. This is also, you have been searching within yourself for answers. You've been searching for jobs, you've been searching for a place to live, you've been searching for someone. And I feel like there's going to be some development there. Okay, in the situation we have Judgment. So with the Judgment card here, there's news coming in, okay? And it's big, it's significant, it's official. It could be an offer, okay, presented to you. Something you've been searching for with the Hermit. Your challenge, you have to walk away from something in order to embrace this, okay? And it's something that you have an emotional attachment to, or you once did, okay? At some point you had a very deep emotional attachment to this place, to this job, to this group of people, to this situation. And in the outcome, we have the 2 of Pentacles. This is asking you to make a decision. You might be taking some time to contemplate with the Hermit. You might be saying, I need a couple of days to think about it. But for others of you, this is saying, you know what I get? I get that for some of you, this is something with the Judgment card and the Hermit. You have been wanting to hear this for the longest time. You have been wishing for this offer to be made for the longest time. And something's gone on. Either it took too long, or it took too much effort on your part and it's no longer worth it, okay? Because I feel like something's coming in finally, but you're thinking, I don't think I want it anymore, okay? I do get that, Virgo. I found better options for myself. I don't see this as the amazing opportunity that I did at one point, because I've seen how it's been treated. I've seen how it's been addressed. I've seen the attitude of people towards it. I've seen you know what I mean? And at the same time, I've opened myself up to other possibilities, and I've seen actually better things out there. So I do feel like something's finally coming in. Someone's finally saying the word. Someone's finally making you the offer. But it's like you've already detached from it. Okay, you've already detached from it. And so now you're looking, you know what, I was already 1 foot out the door when it comes to this. Do I really want to go back? I don't think I do. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. So whether it's about a person from your past, you've been wanting for them to come back, and now here they are finally, but you're just not interested anymore. You've outgrown them. You know what I mean? Or if it's about a job offer or an offer for a promotion, raise, or recognition of any other kind. It's like, you know what, the amount of time it took and the attitude of people towards it, it's like something put you off it. Something hurt your feelings. And you've already made up your mind a while ago that you don't really want this anymore. Do you know what I mean? And you might have even started looking elsewhere. And there's actually another offer that's coming in at the same time. So you're going to have to choose between the two. For a lot of you, this is where the offer you once wanted is coming in, and you're like, you know what, I was already kind of out the door with this, so then it becomes about, okay, how do I reject this? Because I don't really want it anymore. Okay, so let's get more clarity here for Virgo, week ahead. Judgment, we have the Emperor. Yeah. 8 of Cups, we have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, look. The 2 Pentacles, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Yep. Nope. Not taking something back. Not going back. Wheel of Fortune. You are ready for change. This, do you know what? You have been waiting for this for the longest time. And it's to do with someone making a judgment call on you, someone choosing you. It could be about an Aries or an authority figure in your life, a manager, boss, someone you viewed as the one at one time or another when it comes to love, okay? Whatever. This is, you have waited for this authority figure, right? You gave him the authority to decide over you, okay? As in, you've waited for them to decide over you, okay? And you've been waiting to hear from this person. You've been waiting to hear particular words. You've been waiting for an offer from this person. You've been waiting to, for some of you, definitely has to do with elevation, okay? And you viewed whatever this is, person, job, situation, whatever this is, you viewed it as the one in your life, okay? That's it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is what I want to be with for the rest of my life. This is it, okay? It's amazing. Now, the time it took for them to do the right thing by you, they may even have rejected you at one point. There was an initial rejection that completely hurt your feelings, or there was disloyalty. You were loyal to them, they weren't loyal to you. You were loyal to them as in, you know what, I'm going to do the work because I want to help out. I want to help the team. I want us to do a good job here. Do you know when you like your boss, you just want to do the work. You just want to make sure that you're making their life easier maybe, or you know what I mean, or the team or whatever. And there was disloyalty here. Someone rejected you, or someone told you something or did something that made you realize that actually your loyalty is one-sided. They don't view you the same way. How you put someone up on a pedestal thinking if you appreciate them, they'll appreciate you, and they've shown you, they've said something, did something, or they're in action. Okay, the time that they drag their feet to show you that reciprocated appreciation made you feel rejected. It made you feel left out, left behind, overlooked, hurt your feelings. And as soon as that happened, you switched and you decided to be done with it. You decided to detach from it. And now when they're finally making that offer with the 9 of Pentacles, you're like, no thank you, I'm good. The 9 of Pentacles is like, I'm okay by myself. I give myself value. I give myself appreciation. I treat myself the way I deserve to be treated. I don't want that from you anymore. Also, what you're offering is less than I deserve. That's also coming in. So you've waited so long. You've gone through some heartache, heartbreaks, a little bit of humiliation, maybe hurt feelings at least. And they're making you an offer that you're thinking, that's it? Is that it? Right? This is what I deserve. That's what you're giving me. That just makes your decision a lot easier. Okay, if it was still a question in your mind. For others of you, definitely 2 offers on the table. If they're not coming in exactly at the same time, this one from the past is coming in. The new one is coming in slightly later. By the time you decide how to respond to this one, this other one's coming in, and you have the certainty, the complete certainty that you're making the right choice and turning your back to the past and pursuing this new direction. It's time for change. It's been long waited. Yeah, look, Queen of Swords, you're done with whoever hurt your feelings, whoever mistreated you, whoever didn't treat you properly, didn't give you the value, didn't show you the value and appreciation that you deserved and that you showed them. You're done with one-sided situations. You're done with less than, being given less than. You give your all and you receive penance in return. Is that the phrase? But yeah. And you're going to see some very positive turn of events coming up, Virgo, because you're taking your power back. You're taking your power back, okay? And for those of you where you have detached from this a while back and you've started looking and applying for other roles, this is where that role and opportunity and offer is coming in, okay? Or even in love, okay? This is where the news is coming in that you wanted, that will elevate you, that is what you deserve. And then you kind of have to hand in your notice or tell this other person that you're walking away. And it's just a matter of keep walking. Okay, don't let them guilt you. Don't let them pressure you into staying or coming back. Don't let them offer you less than you deserve, okay? Because that might be a conversation where you're saying, okay, I'm out. And they're like, oh, okay, let me see what I can do for you. And they're coming up with an offer, but it's pretty much symbolic. It's not even an offer. Do you know what I mean? Compared to what else is on the table for you. So let's see. But with the Wheel of Fortune, this is job change, career change for some of you altogether. This is changing your status. You're going from single to being in a relationship because you have turned your back on waiting for someone to treat you properly, to value, to commit to you. Or this is where you are changing your status to single and dating because you're done with someone from the past completely. Or this is where you are ending a cycle with someone from your past where it's been codependent, okay? And you've learned to take your power back and value yourself and love yourself. And it's like when this person comes back and they make an offer, you're like, you know what? I've outgrown that several times over. Okay, whatever it is you're offering me, it might have been I might have accepted it at one point in time, but it's like so low right now compared to where I am. It's not even a choice for me. Compared to everything I've been through, please, okay? Oracle energy and advice for Virgo for the week ahead. Bottom of the deck, you can't go back to yesterday. Literally. I love how these cards talk to each other. Be in the present. You can't go back to yesterday. You're not going back to yesterday. You're not going back to something or someone from the past. It's not happening. You have a newfound sense of security and stability within yourself, number 44 there. You're looking forward. You're looking to the future. You're done with something or someone that you've poured your heart into and it's not been appreciated. This is lack of value. Feeling like you don't matter. Feeling like no matter what you do, this person or this place of work or whatever, they're not appreciating you. Feeling taken for granted. Feeling like this person or place just don't have loyalty to you. You give them everything and on a moment's notice they would discard you if they had to. And whatever happened made that clear to you and it completely broke your heart. But you know what? With the Queen of Swords, you didn't let that keep you down. Yeah, you immediately started looking for other offers with the Two of Wands. You're like, okay, I'm going to put my rational crown on my head. Okay, I'm going to put my crown back on and take back control here. I'll put my feelings aside because you've crushed them anyway, and I'll do what's right for me. Okay? It's always tea time. Eternity, endless moments, repetition. Yeah, see, you're ending cycles. You're ending cycles. This is with a particular person from your past for some, and for others, this is a pattern in your life. It's been going on in relationships. It's been going on with work. It's been going on with whatever, where there has been this codependent dynamic, or you waiting for someone else to treat you properly. You give them everything, and you expect them to do the same for you, and you're learning over and over again that it's not happening, okay? That is what has now changed. It has taught you to say enough is enough. It has taught you to say this is not fair, this is not right, and I'll do better by myself if you're not gonna. Amazing, amazing. Lead the way. I mean, come on, be a leader. Show others how it's done. That's what you're doing. You can help others. You're setting an example for others, so that's one aspect, but especially if you have children, I'm getting a very specific message, like you're showing them that it's not okay for someone else to treat you this way, okay? So it's important work that you're doing. But you're taking back control. You're the leader in your own life. You're showing people how it's done. You're showing people that, you know what, if you don't value you, if you don't, you're trying to tell me that you don't know my worth, even though I've shown my worth, right? That's okay. I'll show you how I deserve to be treated. I'll treat myself the way you should be treating me, okay? You're not being fair to me. I'll be fair to me. This is how it's done, okay? But, I mean, this is amazing. This is very empowering, Virgo. Good for you. Good for you. And the cycle is over. This is never going to happen ever again in your life because you've learned your worth and how to set up boundaries and how to demand to be treated the way you deserve to be treated, not in an egotistical way, in a fair way. If I do this for you, you do that for me. If I give you my everything and you just take it, I'm out the door. No more second chances. I don't have time for that. Okay? If I have shown you what I deserve and you're trying to drag your feet or pretend you don't know, that's it. I'm out the door. And that's okay. I'm perfectly happy with that. Alright? I'm not going to invest into something that's not going to invest back into me. Alright? I'm not going to give if it's not going to be valued and appreciated and reciprocated. It's been a very difficult lesson to learn, but you're there, Virgo, and you're never going to have to be there again. Okay? You're not going back to yesterday. That's done. That is done. Cycle is done. Oh my God, that's so good. And that's the judgment energy there as well with the Wheel of Fortune. So, on to bigger and better. Literally, okay? Expect to see some very positive changes in your life. All must have prizes. Trying to please everyone. Yeah, that's done. That's the cycle that is done. And you're now, not in an egotistical way. You're just taking your power back. You're no longer giving people control and power over you to decide what happens to you, to decide if they're going to treat you right or not. It shouldn't be a question. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very happy for you, Virgo. Tell me what that's about for you, because it's amazing. Okay. And moving on to Capricorn. Hey, Capricorn. Thanks for joining us. And if you're skipping ahead, always make sure to also watch the intro. Alright, what's going on for Capricorn in the week ahead? Show me Capricorn in the week ahead. Capricorn in the week ahead. Seven of Pentacles. 3 Cups is the challenge. Knight of Swords is the outcome. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hangman. You've been waiting and contemplating to do with a reconciliation or a reunion. And I feel like you're going to take action towards it because your waiting is not paying off. I feel like you've been waiting, hoping for the other person to reach out. And yes, it can be in love, but I also get like with your professional goals, you've been waiting for the other party to initiate, waiting for the other party to reach out, waiting for the other party to do, say, whatever this is, okay? Towards a reconciliation, a reconnection, or advancement, promotion, a raise. Or you've been waiting for someone else to initiate, waiting for someone else to offer an apology, waiting for someone, do you know what I mean? You've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Your choice with the Hangman. Looking at it, it's not happening. Okay? So I feel like I get like, it's almost like you snap. It's almost like you wake up one morning and you're like, you know what, enough's enough. And you send a message. And it's very impulsive with the Knight of Swords. And for others of you, this is, if you've been waiting to be rewarded for hard work, you might be taking matters into your own hands, sending some chaser emails, or chasing your boss, or chasing whoever this is, and saying, seriously, what's going on with this? We talked about this ages ago, or this was agreed ages ago and it's not come through yet. Okay, what's going on with this? Let's get more here for Capricorn for the week ahead. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess. No news, no communication, no movement. With the 3 of Cups, we have the Emperor, Aries energy, and in the outcome, we have the Knight of Swords with the Knight of Wands. Who was it that had a similar? Taurus had a similar cards, some of the same cards. I think it was Taurus. Anyway, doesn't matter. Under the Hangman, we have the Four of Cups. Oh my God. So for some of you, it is about an on again, off again situation where there has been no communication. You have not seen this person in forever. You've not talked. Okay, you've been waiting for them to reach out. You've been waiting for them to apologize. You've been waiting for them to talk about reconciliation. You've been waiting for them to reconnect with you. Okay, and it may be about an Aries here as well. I'm seeing this as you. Again, I'm getting this energy of someone just like snapping, not snapping as in getting angry, maybe getting a little angry, but it comes from this built up of tension, passion. You've been wanting this, but you've not been the one to reach. It's like, I really, really want this, but I don't want to be the one that reaches out. I really, really want this, but I don't want to be the one to initiate the conversation. I really want this, but I don't want to tell them how badly I want it. Does that make sense? And so you've been toning yourself down. You've been censoring yourself. You've been putting yourself on pause, waiting for, because I feel like you have been sure, and that's your challenge as well. That's where your challenge is coming from with the Emperor. Maybe you're a little stubborn. I have to keep it honest, okay? Maybe you're a little stubborn, and that's your challenge. And you have been completely sure they'll reach out, they'll initiate, they'll come to you. Okay, and there's this certainty. I want them to fight for my attention. I want them to fight for, I don't know, to get back into my good graces. And I'm sure they'll do it. Okay, and you've kind of been patiently waiting. But the longer you wait, the more you realize, hold on, it's not happening. Four of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, High Priestess, Hangman. Nothing's happening. Okay? And you're getting a little upset about it. There's a little bit of ego here. Again, I'm not going to lie, Capricorn. And this could be you. This could be the person you're dealing with. Okay, take it as it resonates. But there's a little bit of ego here where someone was completely sure. They didn't have to lift a finger. And this other person, whoever they were, was on hold for them. And they're going to reach out. They're going to apologize. They're going to initiate. Okay? Because they view me as the perfect whatever. And it's not been happening. So you're a little irritated, your ego's a little bit hurt, or the other person, take it as it resonates. And it's almost like someone just snaps and it's like, why haven't you reached out already? Why haven't you apologized already? You know, what have you been up to? You know, in the time that you have not been reaching out or trying to get my attention. Because it's not happening. Communication is not coming in. And for others of you, if this is to do with work, again, you've been waiting for the boss to choose you. The challenge is there's other people applying for the same role. There's other people fighting for the boss's attention. There's other people trying to impress the boss. And you're sitting there thinking, with Seven of Pentacles and the High Priestess and the Hangman, you're thinking, and I'm not saying this isn't true, okay? It's absolutely true. You're thinking they will see my worth. My work will speak for itself. Whereas the other people are trying to get in their good graces, getting them coffee all the time, kissing their behind, whatever it is. You know, they're trying to impress them with fun stuff, pulling at their heartstrings, whatever the case may be. Whereas you're very practical and realistic about it, as in, my work will speak for itself. My work should be enough. My track record should be enough, right? So it's a situation where you're absolutely fully qualified for this. These are the people are not so, okay? But they're playing on their people skills, and they're making themselves be liked by the boss, so that the boss will choose them and kind of disregard the fact that they're not technically qualified for this, or actually are better qualified, you're a better worker than they are, a better professional, better developed, or whatever the case may be. Does that make sense? So you're sitting there thinking, well, the work should matter, okay? The results are the ones that matter. The results are the ones that, you know, decide who gets the job or who gets the promotion. And the longer you wait for it, the longer you realize that actually, hold on, these other people are trying to impress the boss. We're doing, you know, flashy stuff, or getting them coffee, or just taking them out for drinks and dinner and befriending them, right? And this is where you go charging in, like, okay, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? Where is this? Where is that? Where are we? Do you need to see anything else from me? What's going on? Okay? And in that dynamic, that's the best approach to have. You need to take matters into your own hands, and you need to start, questioning the decisions that are made or not being made. Okay, if you want to see any progress here. Okay, you're going to have to be the one to chase. You're going to have to be the one to address things. You're going to have to be the one to kind of give the person, the boss, or whoever this is that needs to decide, a bit of a reality check. Okay? But I do get the sense of, if there has been a breakup, a separation, you've been sat there waiting, or again, vice versa, take it as it makes sense. Someone's been sat there waiting, sure that the other person's going to reach out, the other person's going to find them. Maybe, it's a case of, I think they messed up, so they should be the one to apologize to me. I want this, but they need to learn to take responsibility for their own actions, so I'm not going to reach out. They need to figure it out and reach out to me. And my absence, the fact that I don't talk to them, the fact that I'm not looking for them, the fact that I'm holding back, will make them chase me. And it's not been happening. And so some egos are hurt here. And if this is something that you want, you're going to have to get back in there, because I'm seeing someone moving on. Okay? Dating other people, having fun. To them, it's like, okay, you don't want to talk to me? Don't talk to me. Alright? So it's your approach of stoic, stone face. I'm not going to talk to them because that'll make them chase me more. That's not working. Or someone else's. Take it as it resonates, okay? As it makes sense to you. And so this could be someone rushing back in there. This is you or someone else rushing back in there because someone's realizing that, hold on, they're not going to chase me. This isn't happening. Then they're actually moving on with other people. But I still want this. And this is someone rushing in to say, Ace of Swords, everything that they want to say, because they're realizing their approach that they have taken so far, that they have always taken, that is no longer having the same effects they want it to have. Does that make sense? And it's a case of someone's put on a very brave face. I'm not going to talk to him. If I give you the silent treatment, you'll chase me and you'll apologize. Okay, that has worked countless times before. It's no longer working. And it's a case of someone realizing, I really still want this. Am I really going to let my pride get in the way? Okay, and they're deciding, okay, I need to rush back in there and see if I can fix it, see if I can salvage it. So, let's see. Oracle energy and advice for Capricorn for the week ahead. Okay. So, we have choices. Feeling blocked and restrained. Yeah, you're feeling blocked because of a choice you made to stay quiet, to stay still, to not be the one to initiate, to not be the one to chase. You've been blocked because you've been waiting for someone else to choose you. Okay? Restrained, you've been restraining yourself. You've been holding yourself back. That's been your choice. Hoping that someone will choose you. Okay? But that has only created blocks and delays. And you just endlessly waiting. Lead the way. It's like the Emperor energy here. Be a leader, show others how it's done, and you can help others. So yeah, this is like, if you figure out that you still want this, whatever this is, you're going to have to get back in there. You're going to have to rush in and make it fast, because I feel like for some of you, you've left it too long, or the other person has left it too long, and really fight for this. You're going to have to initiate, lead the way. Investigate, look closely, ask questions, think before acting. Yeah, I feel like this is, the longer you've waited, the more you've started looking into, okay, what's going on? Why aren't they doing anything? Why aren't they reaching out to me? And that's when you see that actually they've moved on. They've turned their back. And that's what is now getting you to rush back in there. And for those of you, this is this inquiring energy here, where you've been waiting. And again, I get more in work or to do with loans or partnerships or professional, the professional life, okay, whatever the situation is. You've been waiting, thinking that your work will speak for itself, and it should have, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately that's not the world we live in. There's these other people who are better salespeople than you are, right? They present themselves in a more fun, favorable kind of a light, to where the boss kind of forgets that it just needs to be about the work and it just needs to be about the results. Does that make sense? And it's like this person's, you're sitting there, you're the best candidate for the job, no doubt about it. You're sitting there very dignified, sure that it will be enough. You're not going to sell yourself. Does that make sense? And you have these other people, on the other hand, who don't have that much experience. The qualifications aren't great, but they've always been able to sell themselves. They've always been able to present themselves in a much better light than what they are. Does that make sense? And they've always been getting jobs. They've always been getting ahead based on being charismatic and fun and funny and, you know, befriending the important people, right? Because no one's actually seen past the facade enough to ask the questions of, okay, what qualifies you to go for this? Does that make sense? And that's the dynamic you're dealing with for some of you. And in that case, it's time to get in there and ask the questions and ask the boss the tough questions of, where is this? What's going on? I thought these were the requirements. If that has changed, let me know and I'll adjust my pitch, or you know what I mean? Because waiting is not going to produce results for you, or it may actually cost you an opportunity. And again, it should be that the work should speak for itself, but you're dealing with people who just know how to present themselves, who know how to sell themselves, okay? And they're not as, they're not coming from a place of integrity. They're more than happy to sell themselves, to rub elbows with the right people. Does that make sense? And because they're so charismatic, no one really questions what they're actually doing there. And the fact that they don't really deserve to be there on that level. Does that make sense? All right. So I'll leave that with you. You're going to have to tell me how the reading resonates. And if it does, I hope it helps you. Hope you have an amazing week ahead. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.